let go, find my way, live life free today. Nothing's gonna stop me. I'll fight for my right to be only me. Who cares what they think? Nothing's gonna stop me. You'll see.
One of the things we really hope for is people to have a carefree, easygoing, fun experience and see a value in what we're doing.
I'll soar my way.
It's a great weekend. It's about giving back. It's about growing the community.
People are really committed to being a part of GMF because they see the value in investing in their community.
So I got into events happening in downtown Tampa when I was in high school. I volunteered for the Gasparilla Festival of the Arts. Years later, I was asked to join the board of directors for the Gasparilla International Film Festival. My experience with the film festival was invaluable. I helped with programming, so that really taught me a lot about selecting films and how to build an audience around those films. But furthermore, it really taught me how to build a nonprofit organization, which is what GMF, the music festival, is all based on. Our first year of putting on the festival, we had gone out and raised a little bit of money, but we didn't have the money to market, so nobody really knew what we were doing. We were going into Saturday when we had sold 500 tickets to the event. So by all accounts, we were looking at a pretty disastrous weekend. We had all the bands were in town, we had everything built out. And really amazingly, we had great weather, and we had about 5,500 people walk up that year and buy tickets at the event. From that moment on, we've kind of kept growing and gotten word of mouth, and people gotten out that this is something that's good for the city, and they come back every year. The biggest thing that most people don't know about us is that we are a nonprofit. We produce the Gasparilla Music Festival. We also have other programs that we do. One is an instrument program called Recycled Tunes, and another is a program supporting local musicians called GMF Productions. Getting into the festival production and the organization as a whole, we have a board of directors for our nonprofit who I report to. We have staff that helps on the production of the festival, doing administrative work and helping with the production vendors and putting together an entire plan and going out and executing that. We're also very heavily supported by volunteers. We have almost 500 volunteers throughout the year that help with the festival and with our other programs.
So all of our volunteers at GMF are really important. It really is a team effort, and the team is formed by all types of volunteers. The day of, weekend of volunteers, the people who are working in the office, captains. So everybody has a part to play.
All right, guys, have a good tip. Grab your bar towel.
The folks who just show up for the day for the 4-hour shift, those are the kind of people that we are thankful for because they are the ones in mass that help to really make the festival happen. Those are also the people like myself, it's the way they kind of got their first start. Scanning tickets, that's how I first got started. And because of just the hospitality of everybody who is helping to train the volunteers and who were there kind of when we checked in and checked out, that was sort of the atmosphere and the friendship that really motivated me to continue to pursue and get more involved.
It's a lot of work to bring all them in, and we don't want anybody to see that work that goes into it, but it's all with the support of our volunteers that makes it a really, really unique and pretty seamless experience from the minute you walk in the gates. really want to have music that's fun and upbeat and really just fits the energy of the city. And we also look for bands that, you know, we feel in one way or the other are kind of timeless. We're very tied into what we see happening locally. So we're constantly out just looking, listening, and seeing kind of what's happening.
Yeah, that's what I want to do right now. Hey, whoop, whoop. My name is Janelle. I am an artist here in the Tampa Bay area. I do R&B, I do soca because I'm from Trinidad, and I'm also an entrepreneur.
We got a fun game for you tonight. It's the Dallas Stars in town to take on your first place Tampa Bay Lightning. I've got Janelle up here on the stage with some great tunes. Janelle, take it away.
Say what you want, do what you want. Never back down to be playing a front. Jam on the front, them no put to no one. Lazy and days so we shut down. You the one, you're the only one, so I say yes.
I grew up around a whole bunch of musicians, but when I really knew when I wanted to pursue a music career was when I was 16. Because I was actually chosen to sing the national anthem at the Tampa Bay Rays games. When I saw them, you know, creating the tracks, the engineer was mixing my vocals, I was like, yo, this is really dope. Right then and there, when I recorded that national anthem, I was like, okay, I definitely want to pursue my music career. So She Got Vision, that's my organization for teen girls. I basically allow girls to express themselves and allow them to seek their vision.
So we're gonna walk towards this way.
You know, we do volunteer work, we're feeding the homeless.
Keep going, 'cause I'm keep going.
I wanted to touch bases on that teenage age because that's a very crucial age that a lot of people don't want to touch, simply because they go through so much. I know they step in those doors, they're filled with emotional issues and a lot of things at home, and then when they leave happy and feel like every weight has just been fallen off of them, it just brings joy to my spirit. And like, just like how I want to make the girls happy in my organization, I want to make people happy and feel good when they listen to my music and be like, oh my gosh, she sung about that? Yo, I'm going through that same situation. So Janelle went through that. So, you know, I know that I can overcome too. My first experience with the Gasparilla Music Festival, I actually performed with, his name's Jinx. He asked me to sing background vocals for him. And I've also just visited before.
It's really gotten to be a pretty big deal for local musicians. Even the musicians that weren't selected this year, they're there to see their friends, they're there to check out what's happening. And that's something from the beginning we wanted to build.
And I've always told myself, I want to perform on that main stage. I'm going to perform on that main stage. And I told Jinx that too. That's an ultimate goal that is being accomplished March 9th.
We're about 30 days out from the festival. We're kind of running downhill at this point. A lot of what we have going now is sort of focal events leading up to the festival. We have Recycled Tunes instrument drive, so people come in and donate used instruments and they get a free ticket for our festival.
The folks that come in are excited to be able to contribute something. I enjoy that interface between community members who are happy to give older instruments that will then refurbish and give to local schools.
We started the Recycled Tunes program the second year of our festival. We really wanted to think about how do we help build the next generation of musicians in the city? Like, how do we get that talent going?
The Recycled Tunes program and the Gasparilla Music Festival have really enabled us to expand our program.
Softer.
You hear this about teaching, but we don't have the resources that we need a lot of the time. And that was the case here.
First, let's hold our instruments out.
Before we got help from the Gasparilla Music Festival, we would have to share instruments. So the class is essentially going at half speed.
Because we're getting instruments from the community, we can continue to add students to our ensembles. Every kid in our class can participate. So you get double the music time, you get double the experience, which hopefully double the impact and double the enjoyment. It makes kids really want to come to class and come to the ensembles. People might think, what can one instrument do? Well, it's one more instrument than someone had. And every little thing matters because those little things stack up to become big things. I love everything the Gasparilla Music Festival and the Recycled Tunes stands for because it's helping us firsthand.
Good, super smooth tenor part, I love it. That have made our job a little bit easier and the students a lot more successful in what they're doing. And that's really what it's all about.
Building a healthy community, the arts is a big part of that. So we want to stay focused on that and make sure that our officials and our county and our school boards stay focused on putting resources into the arts. When we started putting all this together, we were in the middle of a recession in Tampa. I'm a true believer that any great community needs the arts component and culture as a driver for economic development. So that was a big motivating factor.
The Gasparilla Music Festival has run a parallel course to the transformation of this city. It was a group of young, 20-somethings, 30-somethings, and they wanted to do a music festival, and they wanted to tie it to the Gasparilla experience. And these folks put together a festival that has grown to become a destination for live music, for upcoming bands, for established bands. It's just a fun night, and it contributes greatly to the local economy. It helps create downtown as a destination. It opens up the waterfront to people who have never seen it. It really adds to the ambiance of this urban experience, and it gets bigger and better every year.
Our motivation is to bring out the best, whether it be musicians, chefs, food, volunteers, businesses. We just want to see the best positive energy come from all these places and bring it all together for one weekend and just to showcase the city.
GMF over the years has really cranked up their approach to sustainability. They're trying to cut down on the plastic, so they actually consider the cups and the water bottles and things like that. So moving from plastic water bottles to paper containers. For a festival this size, I think it's a really good indicator that they're really trying to do what they think is right and do their part.
And the fact that they are respectful of the environment, that they recognize that they can do well by doing good, that's important. It's good to see that next generation step up and do the right thing for the right reasons.
I feel good. I feel excited. I'm performing with my band. We're just gonna have a good time.
Y'all sound good. Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. I want y'all to, when y'all do big stages, even though
I get a little nervous beforehand, but as soon as I get on stage and that music starts, it goes away. I tune everything out and I just sing to the people.
Hey, y'all ready to enjoy yourselves? Yeah! Everyone's feeling pretty. It's hot turns in July. Though the world's full of problems, couldn't touch us even if they tried. From the park, I hear it all. While it's hot on the boat. Tonight there will be a party on the corner at the end of the block. Didn't know you.
The Gasparilla Music Festival is a great platform for artists It allows more people to see my journey and to hear my music. That's how not just me, but other artists excel in the music industries.
Gasparilla Music Festival.
So that's what we're kind of building towards long term, is to create a fertile environment for these artists to prosper and do cool things within the city. This year we have a school, Crestwood Elementary. They have a drum and orff program that is just outstanding. So it's really cool to see these kids get out and play in front of a crowd and get some support from the audience.
Whenever we perform at a place like the Gasparilla Music Festival, it gives our students an opportunity to play out in the community, to take what they've been learning and apply it to a real life situation. For our shows, families come out. And so when we go to the Gasparilla Music Festival, they're going to bring their aunts, their uncles, their grandmas. They're going to bring everybody. And they all get to share in that community together.
Take them and pass them back if it's not yours. Maria. We're really proud of what they can do. We're putting kids together and asking them, what is their job in this ensemble? Well, this is the part I play, and I understand the importance of this part. So it's more than art, it's this community. And once they get it, it's a really beautiful thing. Get a case and put your guitar in it.
It's been fun to watch the growth of the event. They've done a great job. They're energetic. They do it not because they're getting paid. They do it because they love Tampa and they love live music. It's about building this community that offers something for everybody. And I've really been excited to watch what they've done.
For me, the great thing about GMF bringing the greater Tampa Bay area together is that I will see people from where I live right alongside people that I work with. It won't necessarily be a planned thing, but you'll see that it draws people from different communities together. That is just an exciting thing for me. I don't live two different lives, I actually live this one where people can come together and enjoy each other's company or even meet and make new friends.
It's kind of a chaotic weekend during a festival, but the time you can stop and take a breath and look out and just see a lot of happy people from all walks of life come together, having a good time. That's really what motivates me, and that's really what drives our organization.
Simple pleasures in our daily leisures, spending time together in this lovely weather. Oh, staying young forever is a sole endeavor, and you ask me how I feel, never better. If you only focus on a big picture, you take the little moments for granted. And if you see the world through a half-empty glass, your perception will be slanted. There's a whole wide world just waiting for you, and thousands of sights to see. So start seizing your days and live adventurously. It's the one chance you get to be free.